Um, Here it's still loading, but I will start with a short introduction. As Dolores already said, my name is Petra Höhn. I have no doctor title, and I'm responsible at HDWM for further education, for marketing, as well as for study advisory. And yes, today I'm 55 years old. So a long time ago, I studied business administration at the University of Mannheim. And just to show you what I did in the past, because at the HDWM, I'm now since nearly 2 years, not that long. And before I was at a private institution for further education for 8 years as CEO. And there, that was challenging. We worked together with 3 state universities in 2 federal states, in 2 Bundesländer. And you can imagine, because of the different regulations and rules in education, sometimes that was not that easy. Yes, and in Mannheim, where our university is, we have a academy, a university for pop music, and this is the first one in Germany. And I had really to say I had the honor to develop and also establish this university of popular music. There I worked for about 10 years. And there as well, I established a program for further education in the music business. So you see, I have experience now in this field for about 20 years. So um, I just like to give you some information about our unit, because I think it's important to see what we do in the field of further education. So hopefully you can see the next slide. Does it work? Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And yes, the HDWM, I think, is still a young University of Applied Sciences. It was founded in 2011, and as you can see, we are more a small university with about 500 students at the moment. And we offer different bachelor and master programs. And we have a special program, which is called the Job University. I will present it later. And we have about 25 professors and academic staff. And moreover, we work together with about 50 assistant lecturers. What is important at HDWM is that we have a really close relationship to companies, mainly here in the area of Mannheim. My colleague Mareike will tell you tomorrow, I think, a bit more about this special concept. And when when we started with a further education at HDWM, it was that we really had no real concept. We offered some different seminars, some certificates, and we had a huge variety of topics. And some of them were highly dependent on special lecturers, for example. So when I came for about 2 years to the HDWM, we really made a sort of a reset. We said, okay, further education will be a very, very important subject for HDWM. It's one of our so-called financial pillars. We are a private university, and of course we have we get the student fees. The second pillar is the further education, and the third pillar are the companies we work together. So we were really looking for the needs of the companies. What do they need in further education, management, business background? And also very important was to look at how is the company structure. Really some global players close to Mannheim F, but we also have a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises. Baden-Württemberg, this is the federal state where we are in Mannheim, has really a great focus on automotive as well as on IT and also on drug firms like Roche, for example. So I think if you look at further education, it's really important to have the customer in the focus. Okay, I think that it is very important if you offer further education programs, really to look at the customers. What are their needs? And of course, that you look at your own skills, at your own competencies as a university. What can you offer? So just to show you what we have in our study programs, we offer, as I already said, bachelor and master programs. And here just you will find the list of our bachelor programs. And as I already said, we have a focus on business management, but we also offer psychology and management, and as well we have another Bachelor of Arts, this is social work and integration management. And I think what's special at our university is that we offer a bachelor and a master study program completely taught 100%. We have the two factors, the customer's needs and university. What can we really offer? So yes, our further education program. This is our portfolio. And as you can see, I'd just like to give you a survey about how we define further education at HDWM. And I like to go through at least shortly through the elements you see. And as you see, we define further education a bit wider as only to say we offer seminars or certificates or in-house trainings, but we try to find out what else can we deliver. So if you ever have any questions, please ask. So I think this is what, at least in Germany, in the meanwhile, nearly all universities offer, that they have open further education programs like seminars or certificates. And when we also talked with the companies in our area, I think there was one really important point they all said and need is to look at the future skills. How can we train our employees for the challenges of the futures? So this goes through all the offers we have in further education. And so we have a focus on agile and digital leadership, change management, of course, which is quite close to the transformation processes in all the enterprises. We have seminars like conflict management, intercultural management, and we also have a focus on management, entrepreneurship, and strategy. What we also offer is our methods, like this is of course very en vogue in the meanwhile, like design thinking, like Scrum, and of course we look at agile project management, and then the huge field of Internet of Things. At the moment, or since last year, since the pandemic, we have the same challenge. in further education as well as in the study programs. Of course, we had to move from one day to the other, from in class to online classes or hybrid. So this is what we also offer in further education. But of course, for example, if you offer leadership programs or things like this, it's difficult to do this only online. There you have to change the methods, I think. Yes, and to be honest, of course, we are a university of applied sciences. We are a small university, and there is really a great challenge in further education. If you look at the promotion and the sales of further education programs, you can imagine that as a university, you do not have a huge marketing budget. I do not have a sales team. So this will be one part of our further education program, but it is not the focus on to offer open courses. Um, at the moment, we really focus more. I hope you see the next slide on in-house trainings. So I think there we really have good possibilities to talk with the companies and really to offer them very special customized programs. And we are already in discussion with a lot of companies and as well, for example, with cities. And oops, I think I was, here I am, sorry. And here you see a list of partners we already work with these customized in-house trainings. Like, for example, we offer a leadership program for the city of Mannheim. And they also have to make an examination, and they also get credit points for this program, for example. And this program is it's on a master's level, and it is if it is an add-on qualification for people who are already in a leading position, and usually they do not have a master's degree, which is necessary to have another position in the city of Mannheim. And so this is they have to go through this program. A nearly similar program we offer with a Job Center Mannheim, and since last year we started also with the city of Mannheim a special program which helps to get a step in the labor market in Germany. It's for experts with a first international degree in economics and management, and they have to have a residence permit for Germany. And we try to help them to find a good way in the German labor market. It is a program for about 6 weeks, and we are one of the main partners. And besides these programs, we already offer, and there is already a close relationship, the programs with the city of Mannheim, for example. We have them here in the meanwhile, I think, since about 5 years. And hopefully we can go ahead next year after the pandemic. And of course, we talk with a lot of companies. We are in discussion with a company at the moment in the IT sector, but as well in the automotive, and with another institute of further education. Of course, this is another segment we have are the master modules. We have a lot of master programs. You saw it on the slide, and of course it's possible to just pick out 1 or 2 modules of a master program, and maybe to make the examination. Then you can also get the credit points, or you just participate at the program. We have one advantage in our master programs that usually they only take place on 2 or 3 days a week. And so this is for us the possibility and the chance that also participants can take place in these programs, even if they already are in a job, or yes, maybe even if they are a full-time job. You can combine both with each other. Yes, and hopefully we can also make more progress in the master modules as well. This is, to be honest, a new idea. We have some experts at our university, some professors who are also well in the field of coaching. So what we do is that we offer coachings as well in combination with a special seminar or with a special certificate. As well, you can also participate in a coaching program standalone. And usually coaching has a focus on preparation for leading functions, or of course questions in leadership and change management, and of course team development. So these are yes, the topics in this field. So yes, and what we also do in the meanwhile, since a few years, is that we certify further education programs for other companies. For example, if they have an in-house academy for further education, as well as for institutes who offer further education programs. What we do is that we prepare surveys with recommendations so that they can use this as a label in their marketing concept. You see, you have, for example, they offer a seminar in leadership, digital leadership, and then they can use our logo and our certificate to show that there is also an academic level behind this program. And this is something we do with a really huge partner in Germany. It's the Haufe Academy. They offer catalogs of seminars and certificates, and this really works very well. And this is also the feedback, for example, from Haufe, that this is really USP for them to offer these programs with a certificate of the HDWM. To go one step further, we widened the certification. This is the idea. So far, we did it. We have no example for this, but the idea is to offer more than these certifications, and to widen it to an auditing. And the idea is to not only look at the qualification or on the quality of a seminar or of a certificate, but to find out, is there a quality management behind it? Is it also a subject for the human resource development? Are there individual learning paths? So we have quality management on the whole for the education of company, as well on the personal development of employees. And the idea is to yes, to make it like an accreditation of a study program, so that we really look at, of course, different papers, how they manage their quality management, as well as we're going to have a lot of interviews, and with the responsible people, and that we have visits on site. But this is only an idea so far. We're still looking for a partner for this program. Another idea, another element of our further education program is the idea to develop a learning and innovation lab. And I think it is a good way, if you maybe know something about design thinking, the idea is very similar, that you work together in this learning and innovation lab with in teams, but with and these teams should be very diverse. Yes, there should be colleagues in it, staff members, as well, maybe the management board or even customers. And it is a good idea, I think, if you have teams with diverse cultural backgrounds. There should be really a good mixture. And of course, a diversity of different professional backgrounds as well. And here the idea is that the participants work together on an end-to-end process from their company, which means that they really bring in a challenge from their daily business. And the idea is, with this method and with these different methods you can use to find solutions, new products, or even new services for your company. And during this process, you learn and you are supported by these methods, for example, like Scrum or design thinking. And the great advantage of this idea is that you, after this program, you can support yourself and the company. There's no need to have again and again a learning and innovation lab, for example, with HDWM. But that you learn the methods and you learn the process, how to go through it. And so this is also a good qualification for the whole team in your company. Then the last element of the circle is the networking. Of course, we like to build up a network with all the participants of our further education programs, and so that we, together with them, maybe we get even more ideas to develop new further education programs. And so we really want to build up an exclusive network for them, so also to have the possibility that they learn from each other. And yes, so this was a survey about our circle of further education elements, different programs. And I also like, it has nothing to do with further education, but maybe is interested too, because we have two other programs. And the next one is a part-time bachelor. And this is very interesting because it's interesting for us too. It's a completely new program. And it is for experts from the bakery management. So we build up a customized part-time study, especially for their needs. We start with this program from winter on. And the idea is that the participants, they have a master craftsman diploma. It's a non-academic degree. And they like to have a bachelor's and academic degree as well. And here they start each semester starts with one week in class in Mannheim or with our partner. And afterwards, they have each week online courses for 4 hours. And I think so far we plan to do it on Monday evenings. So this is really a very good possibility to give people that are already in a job the possibility to also make a bachelor's program. So we had an, yeah, okay. And what we have since now, since about 3 years, is the Job University. Here we combine our study program, the Bachelor of Business Management, with a vocational school and as well with a training in the company. The great advantage is, I think, that the students can pass 2 exams in only 4 years. They make a bachelor degree, and as well, they go through this vocational training. In German, it's Berufsschule. And there's also, I think, one advantage or one USP that after 1 year, the student can decide what he's going to do, if he's going to pass 2 exams or if he's going to decide either for the bachelor program or for the vocational school. So, and maybe one last, yes, idea or experience. In Germany, we do not have really a long tradition of further education at universities. We really made a huge progress in the last, I would say, 5 years. But of course, there is a great challenge for universities to offer this in an open market, and how to explain the academic level or the academic degree in further education. And in Germany, we took a model from Switzerland. And what you see on this slide here, this classification, show the different levels of a master's degree, of a bachelor's degree, as well as on further education. And this model or this structure is now accepted in Germany, in Austria, and in Switzerland. And here you see the different degrees in the first column, then the format and the credit points that should be the result at the end. And you see, of course, a seminar, for example, without any examination, of course, you cannot acquire any credit points. But I think that this levels and this classification is helpful for building up an own further education program. And as I said, this is in the meanwhile a classification we work with in Germany. And it also helps, for example, the participants or as well the companies, how to level the different further education programs. And I think this is the USP if you offer academic further education.